So going from that, what's going on in that lab technician's mind, what do you think goes on in the dog's mind?
Well, of course, they're experiencing pain, they're experiencing fear, but the overwhelming emotion is confusion. They don't, because how can they process this? Like, we are, as humans, we're outside the natural order because nowhere in nature does that sort of brutality happen. Nature can be brutal, but it tends to be quick and brutal. You know, an animal kills another animal, it happens quite quickly. You rarely keep an animal alive for months or years and systematically torture them. We're the only species in 3.5 billion years who've done that. And so these animals who are connected to the natural order, they're just so existentially confused, you know, because there's no precedent for it. Because in the natural world, that doesn't happen. So an animal in a cage who's being tested on, they're terrified, they're sick, they're in pain, but more than anything, they're just confused. That question of what did I do wrong? Like, why am I being punished for just existing?
My last question, you kind of answered it already, but it was about people seeking enlightenment and wanting to live in the moment and not want more than they need and not have regrets and worries about the future. Mm-hmm. And do you think animals might actually be enlightened?
It's a really great question. And it's one, so, and this might be relevant, it might not. It might sound like just the insane ramblings of someone who spends too much time by himself. But I have a theory about the human condition. Mm-hmm. And my theory, you could also say that there's sort of like different religious support for this idea, is that we are the only species separated from the divine. You know, think about it. We're kicked out of the Garden of Eden. We're the only ones who were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. I'm not Christian, but I'm just saying, as metaphor, as analogy, think of that. Like, we're separated from the divine. Whatever the divine might be, we're the only ones without that connection from the divine, with the divine. Everything else, trees, birds, monkeys, lizards, everything else has an innate understanding of what it means to be connected to the divine. We're the ones who don't have that. We're the fallen angels. We're the ones separated from God. And everything we're doing is a form of destructive rebellion. And so I would say, yes, every being apart from humans is born into a state of grace and enlightenment. We are not. Yeah. And as a result, we kill each other, we torture each other, we have arbitrary concerns, we destroy the only home we have, we destroy ourselves. Like, our behavior is so profoundly irrational. To me, it is all this hybrid of spiritual existential separation. You know, like, we are separated from the divine, and everything we do is a destructive result of that.
Okay, we're only we're kind of like months into starting this documentary process properly, and we've just done our big interview with Moby. And how amazing is he? He's given us this interview without really knowing us from Adam. He spoke so eloquently, really inspiringly as well. He certainly knows his stuff. He's well read on the issue, and really encouraging. Gave us a great testimonial, which we're so chuffed with. I'm glad that's over because I was really nervous. But we've had a really good team here, and we've done a good job. Looking forward to editing this out. So nice one. We'll update later. That's cool. Is that good now? Anything else specific to add, or we done?
No, that's great.
Nice one. Behind the scenes. Nice one, mate. Thanks.
All right, thanks.